This is how my mother made biscuits. All her flour was kept in one pan. She had a big wooden cheese wheel that she made hers in. This is buttermilk. And I usually use butter, but since I didn't have any that wasn't frozen, I used lard. And I couldn't remember if this was self-rising flour in this bowl or plain flour, so I went ahead and added the baking powder, the baking soda, and the salt. So if it's self-rising and I added all that to it, we'll get some enormous biscuits. One thing about making biscuits like this is you do not want to overwork your dough, because it makes for a tough biscuit. You're just working a little bit of flour into it until you get the right consistency. I don't cut my biscuits out, I roll them out. I think I've only cut out biscuits once or twice in my life, following somebody else's recipe to see if it would be a better biscuit. But so far I haven't found a better biscuit. I'm not saying mine's the best. Would never say that. It's just what I grew up on, what I like. They're flaky. They're good. My kids and my grandchildren love them. All right, I had as much working as I'm going to do on the dough. And it's going to be very hard for me to record this without putting you guys aside where I can clean the dough off my fingers, like so. I'm going to need to wash my hands so I can get a little flour on them to keep the dough from sticking to me. And don't look at the rest of the mess. We cooked out lard. I cooked out lard. There was no wheat to it. I cooked out lard, and my counter is full of things that don't belong on it. And I put it in these jars here. I think marinara sauce came in this one. I put it in these jars, and to you just have in the pantry, and the big jars, the half gallons, are in the refrigerator because it'll keep longer if it's cold. Okay, now I'm going to show you how my mother taught me, how her mother taught her. This is your biscuit dough, and you haven't overworked it, so it should still be nice and pliable. I'm baking my biscuits on a pizza pan. I don't like biscuits that fluff up real high, so I usually pat mine out. I don't like the middles of biscuits. I know I'm strange like that. I had a sister-in-law that only liked the middles, didn't like the edges and the crust. And she and I, when we had dinners together, I would give her my middles and she would give me her crust. These are not perfect in shape. They're very close to the same size. I guess I need to move some of this so y'all can see where I'm putting them. Yeah, I've been doing a lot in here and not cleaning up behind myself the last couple of days, or yesterday and today. And I still have a lot to do. But I will get this cleaned up before I start on my next project, which is making it all. I don't know if I'm going to actually make that pepper jelly or give that pepper away. I grew a lot more pepper this year than we needed. I got a lot in the freezer. Make the pepper jelly out of the hot pepper. Probably gonna have enough here for a middle biscuit too. There's only two of us, me and my son Danny. And he probably never eats over 2 biscuits. What you're really doing is just folding that under till you get a nice several, 5 or 6 actually, nice layers in your biscuit. And any scraps you have left in your pan after you make biscuits like this, you sift your flour and get them out. See, this is a little bit dry here, just a little bit. But that lard's cold, that buttermilk's cold, and it will cook out. Now I'm going to sift this, and I'm going to melt a little ghee to brush on top of those biscuits. And I'll bring you back and show you what they look like.